Ahora aquí. Puedes volver por ahí a las 8. Si necesitas algo urgente, tienes que hacerlo ya.
Yeah, Shlomit, you're
Yes.
not on mute.
Sorry, just telling my mom not to be around me. 1 second.
I'm pressing the go live.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. My name is Shlomit, and I'm so glad to be here with you this morning. Welcome. Join us for this session today as we explore arts as a healing modality, part 2. We had part 1 a month ago. Today we're going to look at part 2. And don't worry, you don't have to, there's not a requirement that you attend the previous one. They're two separate entities, but connected. And I also want to invite everyone to grab any art materials that you have at home. So I have some pastels today. And if you have a journal, I invite you to bring a journal. I have here my own journal. This is actually an art journal, but you can have just a regular journal or a sketchbook. You can use all of those to bring them for the session today. So again, some art materials, pen and paper, a journal if you have, or if you want just a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We just want your presence and here with us. And actually, if you are already here, I invite everybody to think about if you usually journal, what mood are you when you journal? Do you journal when things are going wrong or you're sad, or do you journal when you're happy, when everything is amazing? So just think about that. When does this expression come out?
Peace and blessing. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Teresa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of you who are joining us this morning. I see Adam join us and Sweetness. Thank you for joining us. And once again, I invite you to get some art materials, anything you have at home, and some pen and paper. Grand Rising. And we're going to get started in just a few minutes, just gathering everyone. I invite you to do any stretches if you need them this morning. Get connected to the body. Connecting to the breath. Good morning. It's time to wake up, everybody. Good morning to Sweetness and Teresa.
Peace and blessings, family.
Peace and blessings.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Laying down upside down for 12 minutes. That's great. Getting your blood flowing up and down. Good morning, Louise. Thank you for joining us this morning. I invite everybody to get, good morning. I invite everybody to get some art materials, anything you have at home, and pen and paper or a journal. I have my sketchbook journal here to share with you. As we explore today, arts as a healing modality, part 2. Woo, 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 woo. It's going to be a great morning. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited.
The series is even 2-2. I stayed up late. That was such a good game. That block was phenomenal. Yes, really good. So here we go. Oh, CBS this morning. You said go Bucks. Yes, I did. I live in Chicago. Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Here we go. Good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Shlomit Oren. I am so honored to be here with you once again this morning as we explore arts as a healing modality, part 2. Part 1 was actually exactly a month ago. And so don't worry, you don't need to have had been there to be here. We are exploring 2 separate workshops. And so just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am an awakening expressive arts counselor and healer. I'm also a physical actress, dancer, educator, and owner of Gleeful Wellness LLC. And I am so excited here to be with you today. Good morning, everyone. So last session in part 1, we explored expressive arts, and we explore it through the idea of the importance of allowing ourselves to feel our emotions as if they are guests that coming to a guest house, right? Okay, they're coming in, we entertain them, we don't try to pretend they're not there or block them, allow them to be, and then as we allow them to be, we also allow them to, woo, bye-bye, see you later. Okay, so emotions come and go, and it's so important for us to be connected inward, to know what's going on, to better understand ourselves, to enhance our life quality. So today, I want to share with you an additional tool for expressive arts. Now, let me just take a moment to explain what does it mean expressive arts, specifically what is person-centered expressive arts. So it is using the art making process in order to explore and better understand our emotions, our experiences. And that can mean by art forms or art process, I mean, it can be from visual arts to writing, painting, movement, drama, singing, music, sculpting, photographing, poetry, anything, any art form. We use them in a way that we intertwine them to explore our body, mind, and soul, and enhance our lives and fulfill our potential in life. So this is what expressive arts is. And when I say person-centered, is that I acknowledge that each person is their unique own entity, and I'm not coming from a point of like, oh, you're all the same and I'm all gonna fix you into one mold, because sorry, that's not from my point of view, from the person-centered point of view, not everybody is the same way, and we can't fix people. We can just hold space for them to find their own solutions, their own understandings, their own epiphany, their own awakening. So this is more or less what person-centered expressive arts is. And I would like to share with you this morning the tool of art journaling. So if you have ever journaled, held a journal or an art journal, I want to invite you to write in the chat if you have had that experience. And if so, try to pay attention. When do I write or paint in my journal? Is it when I am only sad or depressed or angry or frustrated? Or do I also tend to write when I'm happy, when I'm excited? What comes out? So you're welcome to write in the chat if you ever hold on to a journal. So here are 3 of my journals. One of them, oh, there we go. 3 of my heavy. These are actually sketchbooks. So normal sketchbooks that I use to write and make some art on. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to share with you just a little bit. So how I use this tool. Oh, I see. I see that Z is writing that she has journaled in the past. Oh, and she loves about gratitude journaling. Yes, thank you. This is my journal that I like to decorate my journals as well. This is a self-portrait of me. And so, yes, writing about gratitude, beautiful. Writing when we're grateful, when we're experiencing a variety of emotions. What I feel with journaling is that it helps me. It's like a mirror of myself. I put things into words and then I can see them and understand things about myself, about relationship, about experiences that I'm going through. And so I'm just going to show you. You see, I write, and then I draw. And you see, my art doesn't have to be realistic or beautiful or aesthetic or anything special. I can do collages, for example. You see all kinds of different colors. One day I might feel in a certain mood. The other day I might feel in a different mood. More collages. I also take my journals when I travel around the world. And so when I go through experiences over there, I also make some art. Like I did this one in Colombia in New Year's. This was my New Year's resolution painting for myself. This was coping with my grandfather's last months of his life. So is this one. So let me show you a little bit more here.
While you're doing that, Teresa says she journals sometimes, and John Carl says he has several journals, but I write notes and thoughts everywhere.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, so I used to write, I've been writing journals since I was 7 years old, and I never got exposed to actually, I can actually paint in my journals, not just write on them. Okay, here is another one. For example, I need to allow myself to feel pain. So I put my hands here and just allow myself to feel pain whenever I need to feel it, or mourning or sadness. And then when I take it off, I feel good. I feel better because I'm allowing it to be. When we're connecting to the darkness, we can connect more to our light. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So today I want to invite you to think about okay, maybe I can turn my journaling also into visual art. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to be beautiful or perfect or aesthetic or try to make somebody happy with our art. No, this is something very personal for us. Anything else that was said in the chat that I should address or hear?
Yeah, well, Candace says, I have kept a journal from the age of 13. I use it to cope when life is difficult.
Thank you. Beautiful. So great that you have used it from such an early age. And yes, coping. Coping is, I think, should be the second word to a journal. Coping with life, experiencing, going through life. Thank you, Candace, for sharing that. So glad you're here this morning. So today I wanted to share with you a little section. In part one of this workshop, I shared about my experience healing war trauma that would haunt me in my dreams all the time. And today I want to share with you how I used my art journaling to help me cope with the pandemic when it came out. So a few days before the pandemic actually got like blown out here in my area where I live, which is New Jersey, New York. So this is February 26, 2020. I was writing about, where is it all this running going to? I feel so tired. Why do us humans always want to go big and think that achievements and successful comes from doing big things and lots of things and quantity and accepted by all, and we need to be accepted and recognized. I'm going through so many experiences, but life is going so fast that I don't even have time to process anything. I drew this here because I was feeling so confused and like so burned out from my life that I had before the pandemic. I wrote, I really feel today like I'm a failure, like I'm not following my potential. Do I even really have a potential? I know I do, but I'm just feeling really bad. I have so many questions, so many answers. What am I doing? What am I doing? So I was just feeling all this confusion, really feeling like this world, like I need to slow down. And then, boom, here we go. March 12th, a few days later, I write about the pandemic hitting us. Crazy times are now and crazy times ahead of us. Coronavirus has hit the world. Is it real? Is it really happening? Is it as bad as they say they are? Because I don't usually believe the media. I can't take the risk to test it. They won't even allow us to test it because every event I had is canceled. All my work is canceled. So here I'm writing about, okay, it's a little scary, but in the other hand, it's exciting because a change is coming. I know I will find a solution because I am a creative human. I am just going to stay positive, continue expressing my emotions because that's all I can do. My freedom might be taken, but I can still express my emotions. I can still be my authentic self, no matter what. I am excited about getting time to rest, read, explore, and create so I can become even better, a better human being. As long as my health is safe with me, I am safe. And so what I did is I drew this coronavirus type of art piece. And it all starts from a question mark because I think we were all dealing and maybe even still dealing with some uncertainty, people passing, death. So I was just putting all my emotion, my fears, everything into here. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to turn this question mark and I'm going to put it upside down. And I call this art turning question marks with fear into question marks of excitement and constructive behavior, which means I'm going to take what I got, what I'm experiencing, and create from it and meet my needs from what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing. So I made this and I said, ooh, this could turn into all kinds of possibilities. These are like shapes of balloons, bubbles, time to ground, colorful. And this really helped me to start the pandemic being like, okay, I'm not going to let it into fear. I'm going to stay grounded. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to make the most out of it as much as I can. Of course, 2 days later, I got COVID myself and I was down in bed for 10 days, couldn't move. And still there, I use my art journaling process, my expressive arts process to help me heal and get better. And I made this art piece because I realized that when I was sick, I was in my head all the time. I was thinking, oh, what's going to happen? What's all the stress that I felt? And then I realized, no, I need to be grounding. When I was dancing, I was realizing that my dance was very up here instead of down or in the earth. And so I created this, I guess you could call it a mixed media or a collage about growth, feeling good, love, gratitude, transform, compassion, heal. And so I made this art piece to help me heal. And I did indeed heal. I mean, you can see me here, right? So this is just an example of, you see, I'm documenting my life. And this is a very historic time in our life, going from feeling that what's going on with the world, then boom, being hit by the pandemic, deciding what approach am I going to take into this situation, and even allowing myself to use my tools as I get sick and then as I heal. So I just want to open the floor to see if you want to share on the chat, or you can come up off of mute about this journal process that I have shared with you. If anything comes up to you, any ideas, thoughts, emotions, sensations, please go ahead and share with us. And Kenya, if you want to share anything.
Yes, yes. Louise says, very inspiring. I started journaling during the pandemic. Is very empowering and healing to see my journey of healing and transformation. And I'm thinking to invite Louise to share that journey with us, if you can. And maybe she can't, because I know she's usually in transit this time.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Louise.
No, I'm actually out of the country, so I'm hoping my internet will work with me.
Wow. Where are you located right now?
Oh, I'm in the Caribbean.
Nice.
On vacation.
Vacation.
Okay,
Ooh, yay for vacation.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I'm gonna say I started, and it's interesting that Kenyofo invited me to come off of mute because she's the one that first invited me to Woo. And, through Woo is where I began my healing, transformation, therapy that I never knew I needed. And I've taken so many workshops from the different facilitators, including you, Shlomit, with the wonderful belly dance. And I've journaled so much. And when I took so many workshops and I would journal the workshops, and I was exposed, to just so much healing and so much being able to understand myself and to be able to love myself, accept myself. And, a year and almost 4 months later, because I was with Woo, I think from maybe the second day, I can feel and I can see the change in me for the better. I can feel that I've gotten so much better with my people pleasing and wanting to be liked and doing to please other people and burning myself out, putting all this pressure on myself, and to really realize from childhood where that came from. And all of that came from the workshops, from the journaling, and from me doing the work, going within. So when I look back and I read the notes that I take from the workshops and from, reading how I felt then and to see where I've come to now, it's for me, it's just so empowering to say, you know what, you did the work. And, like Mika always says, there's no mountaintop because life happens. And the biggest thing, when you've truly grown is when you actually come into situations that typically trigger you, and then you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I've reacted totally different than the way I used to. And for me, it's that small little that small celebration of saying I've gotten better with me. So thank you for this, Shlomit. I so love your energy. You have such a beautiful light within you. And I love Wu. Thank you all for this. So, and I'm happy to be able to be here. I'm happy my internet's working. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And thanks for inviting me on, Kinyo.
Thank you so much, Luis, for sharing that beautiful sharing. Wow. Yes, so awareness. Sounds like you had a healing journey that has brought so much awareness into your life with self-understanding, self-love, and having that awareness just gives us a better quality of life because we don't just respond automatically, but we're like, okay, I can catch my breath and I can respond in a way that is responsible for myself, right? So thank you so much, Louise. And I'm so excited to continue seeing your journey of personal growth and healing, and so exciting. What a great inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Shlomit, we have some Facebook message, a couple of Facebook messages from Jacqueline. I will read that, and then Teresa Scott has her hand up, and she can share in a few minutes. So Jacqueline says, I used to write and draw a lot as a child. It's something I do from time to time. I have many journals scattered all over the place. One day I will gather them all and finish writing my book. And a little later, she says, I recall the images of the virus floating around in the air when the media was scaring people into staying indoors. Now they know that we need to be outside with fresh air and sunshine. Art journaling, that's a good idea for convalescing folks. I'm going to suggest that to my sorority as a community service activity.
Great idea. Wonderful. Thank you, Jacqueline, for sharing that. And actually, wait, Jacqueline is Purple. Hi, Purple. And yes, so you'll see, we're going to do more as the session progressed, and feel free to take that to your sorority, to your community. Yeah, we want to spread this work because it's all light work. So thank you for sharing that so much.
And Teresa, you ready to come on to video?
Yes. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your childlike way that you have about yourself. I feel like you make us go back to a place that we need to get back, because when you're a child, you're free. And so what I've learned on Woo and being part of this lovely group is that how to get back, how to become free again. And it feels really, really good. One of the things that I got recently is that I was going through a lot of stuff, but it was because I wasn't loving myself like I was supposed to love myself. And I was so busy focusing on other people. And it was like the spirit was like, no, I need you to be selfish and love on you and do whatever's good for you. And, sometimes you're afraid to do stuff for you because you've been doing for others for such a long time. And so now with working on me, it is a lot, it is a job, but I'm definitely going to use, I actually bought artwork because of all the different art things. I'm going to take my art. I got a big art pad, not an art pad, like a whole big things of felt pens. I'm going to take them out today, and I'm just going to just start coloring stuff. Because I used to love to doodle as a child. I would just get on a piece of paper and just doodle and doodle and doodle. And I remember the last time that I felt so good when, just when you said to feel the emotions, that was just so great. So, I'm a crybaby, but it's healing for me. The tears is healing. It's not even about sympathy or pity. It's about getting that relief, because I'm a powerful Black woman and I have a lot to offer to the world, but I first gotta heal myself from the inside first, and then to be able to share to others. And I'm complete.
Thank you so much, Sister Teresa. Yes, 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 to everything that you just said. And yeah, we need to water the plant to grow. So those tears are the water that is necessary for us to grow, right? No apologies for that. And no apologies for self-care, for taking care of ourselves. So thank you so much. And I'm so excited you bought some art material. Put it into work. Yes, connecting with our inner child is finding the freedom within us because we might, the world might put us into pay your mortgage, pay the bills. You need to have this insurance and that insurance and all that fear of money. And however, we can break all of that by staying connected with our inner child, with our inner truth, with our freedom. So by drawing, by writing, by dancing, by telling a joke, by being silly, anything, yes? So thank you so much, Teresa, for sharing that. Thank you. Anything else, Kenyafu, that we should address before we move on?
Nothing appears in the chat right now.
Okay. Thank you. And I just wanted to share one thing that came up for me from hearing Teresa sharing that, for example, I found, and actually it's also Louise sharing, both of them. I found myself yesterday, my mother is visiting. I've had a lot of family visiting me at once in my little home, in and out. And as much as I love it, it's very distracting in my path, I have a very condensed life, so it's very distracting. And so I'm not saying anything about it because I want to be there for them. I want to give, I want to give, I want to give, I want to give, right? Teresa was talking about giving, giving, giving. But then I found myself yesterday snapping, like getting frustrating at my mother and snapping and being like, you told me to do this and I'm doing this for you. And now you'd want me to do something else. I don't have time for this, blah, blah. And then I caught myself like, wow, why am I snapping? This is not like me. This is not helpful. This is not cool. Why am I snapping? And then I realized, why am I not slapping? It's because I'm not being truth to them, to my mom, to my family. I'm not telling them. I'm just being like, yeah, no problem. I'll host you. I'll give you, I'll give you, I'll give you, I'll give you. And then I'm draining myself. So I have to be truthful and say, and set boundaries and say, I can't be giving you all the time. You gotta also respect that I have my own life and I have to stick to my agendas also. I can't just be a hostess at all time. And so I opened up with her, I explained that to her, and I relax. I don't need to snap anymore. So that's the awareness we're talking about having awareness and not just snapping and reacting, but understanding what's underneath. That's the healing work. And when we come in contact with ourselves, when we have that awareness, we're able to enhance our relationships with my mother. Something very simple. Talk to her like a normal human being and not snap at her. Talk the truth, talk my truth, and takes time for self-care and for myself without feeling guilt or shame about it. All right, so enough talking, let's get straight into it. So I wanna invite us, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do next. We're gonna start with a little bit of stretching and centering because it's a beautiful morning. Stretching helps us to connect to ourselves. Then I'm going to invite you to do some writing. So I'll invite you to have pen and paper if you wanna bring your journal or you have a sketchbook that you would like to bring. From there, we're going to some art making. So have any art materials that you have at home. It could be crayons, I have pastels, markers, anything, even a simple piece of a pen that can work as well. Or if you want to go full on, you can use acrylic, watercolors, you can collage as well. And then we're going to do some movement to our art, and then we're going to share all together, okay? So let me just make sure that we're good on time. Yes, we are. All right. So let's begin just by, I want to invite everyone to, you can either stand up or sit wherever you are and just allow yourself to inhale the arms up, breathe in through the nose. Stretch your arms up, 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 reach to the sky. Feel your ribs expanding. And then exhale out. Again, breathe in Reach up to the stars, to the sky, and then exhale with a sigh. Ah. And one more time, breathe in, feels good. Stretch. And exhale with a sigh. Ah. Wonderful. Let your head and neck circle. Take your time with it. Breathe. Ah. And then reverse when you're ready, the other direction. Breathe. Ah. Wonderful. Then allow your shoulders to move. Get those shoulders. You can circle them both at the same time or one by one. And as you can see, I'm bringing them forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And then see if you can bring your hands to your shoulders and circle those elbows. Back and around. Just connecting to your body this morning. Circle your wrists. If you spend a lot of time in front of the computer, this is especially important. And the other way, or a lot of time, scrolling on our phone. Let those fingers move. Excellent. And then one hand is going to come to the side of your body, down here, and the other arm is going to lift up. We inhale as we reach up, and as we exhale, come sideways. You want to feel this opening here in this area. And back to center, and the other way. First, lift the arm up, 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 and then as you exhale, lean sideways. Breathe. And slowly come back to center. Let's circle our hips here. Connect with your hips, our sacral chakra, our roots chakra. Staying grounded, connecting with our emotions, feelings, and the other way, passion, creativity, all that good stuff. Wonderful. And then see if you can shake one leg. I'm going to shake one leg. And then see if you can shake your other leg. Allow your ankles to circle. So I'm circling right here. And then reverse it. And then allow your other ankle to circle. And then reverse the circling. And just take a moment to breathe the arms up, palms together, and exhale out. Let one hand land on your heart, one hand land on your belly. I invite you, if you want, to close your eyes and just feel your feet rooted on the floor, like there is a cord connecting you to Mother Earth, the gifts of Mother Earth, the wisdom of Mother Earth. If any sensations or thoughts come up, that's completely okay. Just allow them to be. And I invite you just to focus on your breath. Pay attention to your inhale and try to make your exhales slow. Continue your breathing. And I would like to invite you to think about, what am I feeling this morning? What's sitting with me this morning? What emotions, sensations are with me this morning? Just allow yourself to quiet down, to go inward. Even if you don't, maybe you don't feel anything, not feeling anything is still feeling. So I just allow that to be there. What is sitting with me this morning? What am I feeling this morning? Any physical sensations? What is my body saying to me? What is my soul saying to me? Good. And then I invite you to slowly open your eyes. And then when you're ready, bring your arms to cross. Breathe in through the nose and let your butterfly fly. From here, I'm going to invite you with any thoughts, sensations that are with you to grab your pen and paper. And I'm going to give us 6 minutes to write. I invite you to write in a free flow, no judgment, no anything, just anything that comes out of you this morning. This is your time for yourself, self-care, self-love. All right, I'm going to put my timer. Free flow writing for 6 minutes straight, no stopping. And here we go. And make sure that you're breathing as you write in your journal. We have about 3 more minutes. Okay, and we have about 30 more seconds, so you're welcome to start finalizing your thoughts. Okay. So I invite you to start finalizing your thoughts, coming to a stop with your writing. Whatever you managed to write was meant to be. Just trust it. Trusting is very healing. So let's trust the process that we're doing today. So we started with some centering, some writing. And next, I want to invite you to reread what you wrote. And then with your pen, highlight words that stand out for you, that call your attention, that maybe surprise you or don't surprise you. Okay? So let's take about 1 minute to reread what you wrote to yourself and then highlight words that stand out for you. Here we go. Okay, and then once you're done highlighting the words that stand out for you, I'm going to invite you to go straight into the art making process. So I will invite you to grab any art materials that you have. And let's take about 10 minutes to make an art piece. Whatever comes up in your mind, let this art piece be inspired by what you wrote, what you're feeling today, and especially by the words that you highlighted. Let those help you to guide you with your self-expression this morning. Any questions before we dive into that? Does anyone have any questions about this guidelines or guides, instructions? Okay. So, yes.
Last instruction again about what to do with the words and the art.
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into art making. And while you do your art making, I want you to be inspired from what you wrote and especially the words you highlighted that stood out for you. Those words that are wanting to emerge from you, those words or thoughts or feeling. And so just turn that into an art piece. I cannot tell you what that's going to be. That's going to be your choice. Remember, there is no wrong or right way of making art. This is your self-expression. It doesn't have to be beautiful or ugly or meet anyone's expectations. It's just about you expressing yourself truthfully, genuinely, and in a raw way. Is that clear? Yeah? Okay. So I will let you know how we're doing on time and let us begin. And I'm just gonna play quiet music so that, actually, you know what? Let me play the music I have for the movement as well. For your art making process. I love playing music while I make art. How is the volume? Can you hear it? It's good? Okay, everyone, enjoy and connect to that inner child that is free in self-expression. We have about 2.5 more minutes. And if you're done with your art, you can go ahead and give a title to your art.
Shlomit, time
Yes.
check is 7:58.
Yes, I was just about to do that. Thank you. So for those of you that have to go to work or for anything, thank you so much for joining us today. Your presence is highly appreciated. I invite you to find somebody throughout your day that you can share your art with, that you can process it with. Take this information, pass it on, do this exercise with your family. You can share your art and talk about what you're feeling. Oops. And be sure to watch the replay to finish watching if you're interested in knowing what happened next. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. And now I want to invite everybody, all my art makers, to come into a stopping point with your art today. And what we're going to do next. So here is my art that came up for me today. And I'm going to play some music, and I want to invite you for just about 2 minutes to move to your art. There is no wrong or right way of moving to your art. As you look at your art, see how does your body want to move. Maybe it wants to move in an abstract way. Maybe it wants to make poses. Maybe it wants to be very gestury. Okay, see how your body wants to move this morning as you connect with your art. Yes, and I see that you're writing some titles for your art. Go ahead. I want to invite you to, actually, why don't we do that first? If you wrote a title to your art, you can write the title in the chat if you want. Mine is called Okay, this is my one. Good. Beautiful. So go ahead and write your titles. I love those titles. I see I am, I live, love, Cuba on my mind, ascension, horizon, you can't be contained, joy dance of freedom, fitness. Wow, very juicy titles here this morning. And you are going to hear me roar. We had some roaring last session. Maybe we can roar some more today as well. Remember me. Let's play. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your titles. And what we're going to do next, as I said, I'm going to play the music and just allow this music to move you through your art. All right, here we go. Let's play this one. Is everybody able to hear it? No? You're not able to hear it?
No, we don't hear the music at the moment.
Okay, let me
I was able
try.
to hear it.
You were able?
I heard it. I heard it.
Me too.
Okay, so let's see. Sometimes Zoom can get really funny. Okay, let's try it again. How about 9? Can you give me a thumbs
Yes.
up if you can?
Yes.
Yeah? Good? Okay. All right, here we go. Allow yourself to move to your art, however it is, how big or small you want. And slowly, slowly coming to stillness. Just wherever you're at, I invite you to place your hands in your heart center and just breathe with anything that might have come up for you. If any emotions need to come out, laughter, joy, sadness, anger, tears, anything, just let it be. And I invite you now to move your hands into your belly, your center of emotions. Just breathe through it. Good. And let's take a deep inhale as we bring our arms up to the sky. And then slowly Exhale it out. Wonderful. Okay, everyone. So we have done some centering, writing, art making, moving. And now I want to open the floor for any sharing that anybody wants to do um, about what came up for you. So I'm going to do my sharing just to set an example for you. And as you see, I'm going to use words like I feel, I have, I am. Whew. Okay, so for me, what came out is that Cuba is on my mind this morning, about the blood that is being shed, about the tears, the frustration, about impotency, or however you say that. I feel like, I don't know if, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? So that's really sitting on me. And as I was dancing, I was feeling, just feeling like I want to cry, just feeling like I want to cry. And so this dark feeling also reminds me of my gratitude that I have self-expression, that I can express myself freely, because in this country, self-expression is being taken. Freedom of self-expression does not exist there. And so I am so grateful that I can be here with all of you working on expressing ourselves, having internet to express ourselves, and just feeling the love of being in community and feeling a little mixed feelings, mixed emotions coming up for me. And I love myself. I have the power to express myself. And so I call this Cuba on my mind. Whew. And this is what's coming up for me today, this moment. So now I want to open the floor. I shared more briefly just to set an example, but I want to open the floor for you. If you would like to share, please just go off mute and let's hear you. Anything you want to share about your process today?
Can I share?
Yes.
Oh, great. Grand Rising, thank you for everything. This was great. I'm gonna go get me a drum. The music really spoke to my core. So I wrote down some things, and it seemed like after you told us to go to the words, I flipped the words. Like it says I don't, but then I went to I want to be, and I shall, and I am. So that was good for me to see, and to take time to do that, because I write and I like writing. And then one of the things that I committed to is that my artistic side affords me solace. So it's a lot of weariness, turmoil, it would appear, in my life right now that I'm feeling inside of my body. And so that's why I titled mine Fitness, because I know that when my body feels better, when I'm hydrated, I can present myself in a more effective way to others. So that's what I got from it. And then I questioned, and I want to pose this out to the community. It said that one of the questions I wrote down is, what if the very thing I want is not what God wants for me? So I wrote that down on the paper. But then, as you know, as you were taking us through the process, then I wrote, who would be that person disconnected to the plans of God? So it's like, right? So getting to a place where I can accept, not ignore, what my feelings are, whether it's, giving up sometimes or weary sometimes, not ignoring that. However, so what I'm saying is, I'm making an attempt to say, is this process that I took time to go through took me to a place where I can deal with what's happening in my life. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So how shall I call you? Shall I call you Sweetness or Jennings?
You can call me Sweetness.
I love it. Sweetness. Thank you for your sweet sharing. Thank you so much. So I hear you that you had the awareness of that you write a lot, you tend to write a lot, and that's great. And that you had like, okay, I'm gonna switch negative wording into positive, right? Positive language. It's not I don't, but I am. I don't remember exactly the words you used, but you said you change into positive language. And I hear you expressing that you're feeling turmoil and you're really feeling it in your body. You're becoming awareness and aware of that feeling that you called it fitness, when I'm working with my body, when I'm connecting with my body, when I'm drinking water and I'm nourishing myself, I just feel better. And that's true. And when we feel better in our body, it also inspires our psyche, because they're all connected, right? Body, mind, and soul all connected as one. So when we invest in one, it influences all the others because they are just one entity. Beautiful. And yeah, I love your sharing about accepting, not ignoring your feelings, but accepting where they are to help you to deal with them. And you were asking some very philosophical, very existential questions about, let me know if I understood it right. Can I want something different that God wants for me? And is it okay? Is it not okay? But then actually, why wouldn't I want to go in the path that God wants for me? So am I understanding you right?
You are understanding me correctly. Yeah, and
Got it.
so it's me accepting, like you said, is that wrong, right? So no, it's not wrong. It's what is. And however, I do question whether I can, if I believe that God's inside of me, then how could I not be connected to the plan God has for me? So that's what the writing process took me to. Not to mention when Teresa shared about the little girl, and you confirmed about, taking care of the little, well, that's what I heard anyway, taking care of the little girl inside of us. So she was saying about your playful spirit. And so, it's that little girl that I'm caring for or protecting. And so then that's what's taking me to those questions about being connected to God. So the process that you took us through today makes me connected. That's the last thing that I wrote on my artistic. I have a big old envelope, and I wrote, I am connected to the plans of God for me. And I'm going to read everything every day that I wrote on this big old envelope, because it's affirmation, and it's saying, I want to be hugged. I shall have what I long for, with a smile next to it. I wrote, I am reminded of my artistic side. My artistic side affords me solace.
Yes.
So yeah. I'm good. I'm good now.
Yes, Ashe for that. See, it's keep that peace, because this is the reminders that we need in our life, right? We create something that is tangible that then can remind us to stay grounded and empowered through life, as we are children of God, right? We are all children of God, and we want to stay connected to that child. So thank you so much, Sweetness. Thank you for your sharing this morning. I would like to open for someone else who would like to share this morning. Anybody else would like to share?
Yes, we have Z who has a hand raised. Z, are you ready to share?
Yes, one moment.
Beautiful. And Z, if you would like to come on camera and show us your art, you're welcome to. It's not necessary. Hello there. Nice colors you have.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have 0 art supplies with me where I am right now. So I choose what I have. I want to first read what I wrote and then show you the picture. It's just a little picture because I want a little bit of space, but it is what it is, and I'm happy with it.
Good.
I wrote, I am blessed. I know I am blessed. I don't act like I know. My Creator has given me so much. I must honor and acknowledge by using what I have to help myself and teach others to do the same. I love life. I am so grateful for life. I must act as though I love life. My Creator loves us all. My Creator put me here to reflect that love. My purpose is to reflect the love of the Most High Creator of all. My purpose is to live the love of the Most High Creator of all. I live the love of the Most High Creator of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I called my image, I Live Love. And hopefully y'all can see it because it's, let me see how I get in. Give me a second. How do I
Perhaps
get it?
put it in front of your body. Put it like in front of your body and close to the camera.
Come close. Okay.
Yeah, we can
Oops.
see it.
It's still not quite
There.
right.
Yeah.
Can
So
you see it? I don't know.
yes.
Let me see if I can turn off the blur. Maybe that'll help. Hold on a second. None. See if that helps. Oh, maybe it's better.
Uh-huh. Yes, we see it. Beautiful. You want to share what's in your art?
Love and prayer. These hands are praying. This is I love you in sign language over here. That one right there. And love. And water is my strength. Water is my source. So I have this loving sun shining on the water.
Wow. I love it. Thank you so much. So this is an example for everyone that you don't need any fancy art materials to do this. Just have a pen and what did you use? A highlighter, right? That's all you had and that works. That's perfect. That's still your self-expression. Beautiful. So I hear that this morning you're feeling your blessings. You're feeling that you are here you are here to inspire others. Like your purpose is to live the love of the Creator and to pass it on to the rest of humanity, to bring light. And that's what I see also in your art, right? Light, love, prayer, water, strength, the sun shining. Yeah, so that's what I hear from you today, this morning. Is that right, Z?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I love it. I love also your connection with prayer, which, by the way, we can also do an art piece that is a prayer. I have one in my office. I made one for financial stability and peace of mind. And so I keep it there in my office and I always look at it. So thank you, Z, so much. You are blessed. You are gratitude. And I love it that in your writing, you also wrote, I am blessed. I should act like I am blessed. It's almost like you're telling yourself to believe in yourself, right? To believe in all this because you know you have it. Yeah. So I invite, to believe it, to trust it. You are enough and you are powerful and blessed. Thank you so much, Z. Thank you for sharing. Okay, and next I see Teresa. She raised her hand. Go ahead, Teresa, please share.
Yes, the title of my picture is You Can't Be Contained. I actually came up with a song that says, walk into your joy, you can't be contained. Walk into your peace, you can't be contained. Walk into your love, you can't be contained. You can't be contained. And what I did was that I wrote, let me see, show you if I show you my thing, is that I wrote pictures of feet walking. Let me see, how do you change the camera? I did pictures of feet. Let me see if I can, do y'all see it? I walk like these lines and just walking and showing where you can't be contained, and little feet, and then his feet down here. More feet, and more feet, and more feet, and more feet. Because what I was saying, what I realized is that I have been putting myself in a shell. And when I come out of the shell, then I can't be contained. And I have limited myself so much that I didn't realize that I contained my life to such a degree that I lost some of me. So today it was like, you can't be contained. I was like, walk into your love. You can't be contained. Walk into your peace. You can't be contained. Walk into your freedom. You can't be contained. Then I said, freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom, freedom. Woo! Freedom,
Woo!
freedom, freedom. I mean, it's like the song just started coming, like even before I started coming through before you started that those words came in: freedom, love, peace. You can't be contained. And it was like, stop allowing stuff to contain me, and even people to contain me. Stop it, Teresa. You can't be contained. And it was like, I feel like a bird, like I felt like a bird coming out of cracking out the shell, like, whoa, man, it just, it feels, thank you.
Wow, yay! Walking to your freedom. You can't be contained. Wow, I think maybe I would advise you to actually write it down, all the words of the song, and turn it into a song. How beautiful. I'm so glad it inspired you to sing. How fantastic. Sister Teresa, beautiful. I also wrote a song the other day in an expressive arts workshop, so I know all about it. It just comes out, right? It's just so natural. Just you give birth to it. Beautiful. So I love the idea of I can't be contained. And it sounds to me like you were painting a lot of feet, right? It's almost like I needed to ground myself. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know where you lost me, but basically, I was saying that I saw you painting. You said you painted a lot of feet, and it sounds to me like you had to be grounded with yourself in order to come out of your shell. In order to rise up, we gotta ground and understand. Okay, I'm keeping myself in a shell. I'm losing myself. No, I gotta stand my ground and allow myself to rise up, not be contained, but still grounded, right? Be not contained, but still grounded. And that's possible. That's possible. Got to find that balance. So thank you for your beautiful, beautiful song, Sister Teresa. Mwah. Bless you. Bless you. Would you like to roar this morning also? How do you feel? Okay, I want to invite everybody to roar with us. Just don't be contained. Don't be contained.
Yeah.
Ready? One,
Go.
2, 3.
Ow.
Woo! Not contained. That's it. Done with being contained. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, and last one, I see Alethea. Would that be your right name? No, Althea. Althea. Can you say your name
Althea.
for me, please?
Althea.
Althea. Beautiful
Yeah.
name.
Thank
Yes,
you.
please.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing. I feel so inspired by the openness and the connectiveness that I feel. And I see a lot of sunshine and the drawing, so I will share mine. This is a depiction of my emotions and how I cope with it through finding peace, love, connecting with the earth and the flowers and the sky. And the ocean allows me to I went to the beach yesterday for yoga, and I enjoyed the fact that listening to the waves allow me to kind of feel my breath. And I like to go to the sea because I get to see how it affects my mood and how I can relate to it. And sometimes it's rough, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is how I'm feeling, really rough and emotionally distorted. And then it could be calm and gentle. So I love that, and I love incorporating nature into my life because it brings me a sense of peace, where I might find turmoil in the emotional world, and feeling contained in those emotions can be very stressful. So yes, Sister Teresa, I'm all for being free and walking in my own footstep. And at the back, I put accept. So I have accepted where I am in my journey, and I accept where life has taken me, and I'm learning to live in it. So I just wanted to share that, and stepping out of my comfort zone and not being afraid and living natural and organically. So that's what I have to share today.
Wow, thank you so much. Yes, awesome. Wow, beautiful, so inspiring. I hear you that, you know what I hear? I hear that you've been connecting with your senses very much so, especially from going to the ocean to the beach. I'm also myself a beach lover. I love going out there with the water, with the waves, that you went to do yoga and you were listening to the waves and feeling your senses and connecting also to the polarities of your emotions, where it's like, um, there can be turmoil, like on the ocean, right? The water can be turmoil, blah, 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 life craziness, but there's also the calmness and the gentleness that you're also finding in yourself by living, saying, I accept where I am in my journey. I accept who I am. I accept. And I just want to live organically, naturally, flow through life, and just allow things to happen and be.
Yes.
Yes. Anything else you want to add about that?
No, I'm just happy
That's
to be
it.
in that space.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your sharing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Bless you, and love your art. So creative and artistic. And yes, let us be inspired to you to accept ourselves. All right, everyone, time is up, unfortunately, and we need to come into our closing. So I want to invite everybody to, who hasn't shared, find somebody that you can share your art with, or you can further journal about how was your process. And you see, this is something you can do with yourself at home, with your family, with your spouse, or anybody that you maybe want to work a relationship on. Just take time, a few minutes a day, to art journal for yourself, and feel free to share this with your communities, because this is a practice that eventually brings social change, because it creates humans that are more self-connected, that feel more that can enhance our life quality when we are more connected to ourselves, when we're living with more awareness, with more trust, with more love, with more light, with more hope. That is the world I personally want to see, and that is my mission in life, to promote that in the world. So for closing, I think Kenyofu or John, we can put up this. Yeah, there we go.
Before we close, I wanted to invite everyone to come into the Facebook group and share your art. Just make sure to post your art in the Facebook group, and I'm sure Shlomit will give her comments on it. And if you want to share your story about what you came up with as well, please come into the Facebook group and do that. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so I wanted to invite everyone, and this is my love offering for today. I'm going to be leading a workshop called The Wisdom of the Body. So we're going to use the art making process to learn how to understand the messages that our bodies are sending us, and how to use the art making process for more self-discovery and thus happiness. So it's going to be a very, very special workshop. I'm going to be guiding you through some body mapping, through physicality, movement, and also through art making. It's It's a workshop that helps to have a lot of epiphanies and understandings about ourselves, where we're at in the world, and of course, enhance our creativity and connect to our inner child. So that's going to be Tuesday, July 27th from 7:30 to 9:30 on Zoom. And if we can go to our next slide. My website is shlomitoren.com, of course. And so I want to offer for the first person that emails me, you will get a free admission to the workshop. And for the second and third people to email me will receive a 50% discount for this workshop. So again, it's called The Wisdom of the Body. You can email me at contact@gleefulwellness.com. And I'll be so glad to have some of you in the workshop, if not all of you. The workshop is limited to 9 participants because I want it to be intimate. So just so you know. Okay, I think we can go to the next slide. Thank you. And so if you want to stay in contact with me, you can find me on Facebook as Shlomit Oren or in my Facebook page, Awakening Expressive Arts. I'm also on Instagram. I'm called O Shlomit on Instagram. And I also have an Instagram for Awakening Expressive Arts, which is just awakening at Awakening Expressive Arts. My email is contact@gleefulwellness.com. And my website is gleefulwellness.com or shlomitoren.com. They go to the same page. And if you want to share any love offerings and donations to the Woo community, you can do it via Zelle or QuickPay or Cash App. Zelle and QuickPay is to leadershipdevelopment@gmail.com, and Cash App is Spirit of a Woman. And our code, don't forget, is 370SO. I believe SO stands for Shlomit Oren. So 370. And I think we can go to the next slide. Oh, and
Yes.
Kenyefo, you can take it from here.
Yes. So thank you, Shlomit. Not tomorrow. I keep doing this. Today is Thursday. The next day we're back in the Zoom space is Sunday. So that's a couple of days from now. So Sunday, do tune in to hear Shawnee speak on her topic. Chivalry isn't really dead. It's a zombie. So, yeah, you only have to stay tuned. You have to come in to see what that's about. We know it's going to be good because of Shawnee. And if you are new in the space, I did see a name or two that I didn't see before. Please let us know, like, drop your name in the chat and say I'm new so that you can get acknowledged. We don't want you to go by without getting the warm welcome that Woo can give you. And if you're on Facebook, the same thing. So don't think that because you're not in the space that you don't get to be recognized. If this is your first time being in Facebook or first time seeing this presentation through Facebook, say that, and we will give you a shout out. And also come back. Don't let this be your one time and your only time. Come back. We're here 5 days a week, which I'll share with you later. Actually right now. So 5 days a week is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30. And Monday and Wednesday are our short days from 7 to 7:30. We're on Zoom on those days, and we also streaming live on Facebook. And if you want to stay connected, you can stay connected by typing Woo Nation to the number 74121 in your text on your phone. So type the word Woo Nation in the comment section and the 74121 in your telephone number section. And that will give you alerts, messages on your text saying when the next session is coming up and along with the link. So we have Woo swag that you can wear, your sweatshirt, your t-shirt, your mugs, your mask. You can go to bit.ly/Woo swag to order exactly what it is that you want to represent. And stay in touch. We ask that you register yourself every week in order to receive the emails necessary to give you the heads up on who's going to be speaking that week, and you also get the Zoom link. So you would need to do that every week because the lineup changes every week. bit.ly/wake up movement is where you would go and fill out a short form. And if you want to join our Facebook page, the group, in fact, you will type in bit.ly/woo community, fill out another or acknowledge the rules, and then be accepted into the group and be able to communicate with the 1,000+ members that's in there. You'll also be able to catch the replays, the 370 replays that we have to date. Instagram and YouTube are also places where you can find us. And of course, you can email us if you have any questions or comments at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And today is Thursday, so we're going to give you our customary announcement, our plea and request for you to seriously consider becoming a volunteer. In the concept of Uncle Sam, but really sister and brother Woo, we are saying we want you. And there are so many roles to play. The main roles that are needed are the Zoom, what you see us doing here today, that's managing the mute and the admitting and the slides. And this is a morning team. We also have teams that do not require you to be in the space in the mornings. You can do this in the middle of the night if you so choose. And the things that you can do are the slides. The slides that you see, somebody created. So we need somebody to that knows how to use Google Slides or PowerPoint to type in some words and to maybe do some graphics like changing a color or making the words bigger or smaller, not too much. And also there is the facilitator onboarding, where the facilitators that you see, they have a conversation with somebody on the team. That person could be you, that will help them to get what it is they need. There's training for everything. There's manuals and one-on-one conversations. If you need support, you will not be alone. You are not alone. So please join us. Email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com to state your interest or curiosity. And I'm going to stop the share and invite you all off of mute to give Shlomit a welcome and appreciations. Thank you, Shlomit.
Thank you, Shlomit.
Thank you,
so
thank you,
much
thank you,
for
thank you,
this
thank you,
discussion.
thank you,
Everything
thank
you
you.
shared with us
Thank you, thank you.
so much.
Very, very much.
Connected with our
Thank
mind,
you, thank you,
God,
thank you,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank
Your
you, thank
words
you,
of
thank you.
expression,
Word,
your
thank you.
words
Thank
Yeah,
everybody for
kind of
staying for
shift us.
being
I
here.
think so
pushing the
powerful.
gap.
I cannot
Thank you so
feel.
much
Thank
for
you, thank you.
everything you
Thank you
are,
so much.
for honoring yourself, for honoring the truth, and allowing us to be yourself. Be content. Thank you so much.
Thank
With
you.
Everybody have a blessed day.
Freedom.
Write that song,
Can't be
Felicia.
contained.
Thank you, Shamal. Freedom.